Hi, this is Max Red,
Lillian
Chen,
Chen.
Amit Sarma, and Michael Tom, and we're from the Biology Period 3 honors group,
Yeah.
and we're doing our debate right now.
It's on the implications of genetic research. Do we share the wealth? That's the vignette.
Yes. So,
All right.
what do you guys think?
So you should probably start with your opening statement since you are the crowd
Okay,
position.
well, we think that Eva should be given the right to share the wealth because, first of all, it was her idea. She donated her blood that sparked the research that created the study, and it also created the, that
The
Ebola
The Ebola treatment.
treatment. That's the
There
word,
you go.
treatment.
Treatment.
yeah. So Michael,
All right, so our opening statement. Well, Eva should not be given the right to share the wealth with the researchers. And this is because Eva did not contribute enough to help the researchers create a treatment.
Yeah.
Though she did give her blood, without the researchers' knowledge and expertise, there would be no treatment for the virus. Eva had no part in creating the treatment other than contributing her blood. Now, it is not like Eva is the only one in the entire world who is immune to the virus. There may be others who are also immune and are willing to contribute their blood to the research. But without the researchers, the development of a cure would not have been possible.
But without the blood, the
Yeah.
research wouldn't have been
But then again,
possible.
there's
You guys.
several people who have that same blood.
But she's the
But no one-
So,
All
okay.
right.
But she's the one that stepped up to donate it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now you guys can have your rebuttal.
Okay.
You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Later.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
All right, go.
you might say that Eva signed the informed consent showing that she understands all the consequences and benefits of the study. However, Eva obviously did not know anything about the benefits of the study. The researchers should have told her that there would be no benefits from the study. Otherwise, Eva wouldn't have come back to talk to the researchers in the first place.
Okay.
What do you have to say about that?
Well, you might say that it is the fault of the researcher who told or who had Eva sign the informed consent, but Eva, and you guys are saying that Eva didn't really know of the complete implications that her genetic research would have. However, Eva did know that she was immune to the disease to some certain extent. Like, she did realize that she had some sort of immunity to the disease that allowed her to recover from the virus while other people had succumbed to the effects of it. So if she did know that, then I think that she should have taken steps to claim more of a copyright towards her genes, to claim her genes as her own, so that whatever is done to them, that she should have complete rights over, because it's obviously herself. So there was a study that was done in Northern California where 2,162 primary. 2,162 blood donors from Northern California had contributed to their blood. They were asked to they were asked to fill out a form beforehand that would say whether they wanted their genes to be linked to them, identity linked to research, or whether they didn't. And the research showed that 67% of people who did complete the survey wanted to have their identity linked to themselves. And I think that Eva really should have taken part in this type of process, because it's important for her to claim rights to what she sees as herself. And obviously, working in Angola, it should have been much of an intimate inclination that she had some resilience to the virus, and that would be a better idea for her to claim her own right.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that Eva didn't really think about that because all she wanted to do was help other people because she's a nurse.
Whoa. Before
and
you continue, if you say that she just wants to help people, why does she care about the monetary gains?
Because she, at first, all she wanted to do was help people. But then after several years later,
Is that a
She
primary
realized-
source? Or
this is
secondary?
the vignette.
Well, wait.
This is
No,
the
no,
vignette.
let me finish my
What?
sentence. Okay.
Hold on a
So
second.
several years later, she realizes that the researchers are getting so much money from her idea. So obviously she would want to get some money out of it. But in the beginning, she didn't want money. All she wanted to do was help. So that's why she didn't think of copywriting her DNA.
Yeah, so like if she could do something that helped people, why would she do it for free?
Well,
Because out of the goodness of your heart.
the decency of the human soul.
I mean,
Like, if you really do say she was the kind of person that would have just donated blood just for the sake of helping others, why would she change as a person to the fact that now she's fighting for money?
I mean, she would obviously want some kind of gain from it.
But now she does, after seeing that there has been a great benefit from doing this genetic research.
Because in the beginning, she didn't know that something was going to happen. She just thought, okay, I'm giving some blood.
She just
to
took a shot out
research.
there. you
Yeah,
know?
Exactly. So now she wants money for it.
exactly. So she should, because
Why she shouldn't get any money for it.
Yeah, why do you believe that? Just reiterate your main point. Reiterate your main point to us.
because it was her idea, her blood test, that helped the researchers eventually create this treatment. Without her, she wouldn't. The researchers wouldn't even have this treatment.
Yeah, on the other hand, without the researchers, this treatment
Yes.
would never have been
And then again,
developed.
multiple people, as we said before, have this same blood type and genes
Then-
that they are.
Did the
immune to
chicken
this
or the egg
disease.
come
Exactly.
first?
Then why did
Okay, Lily.
then why did no other people come up and try and create
Well,
a
it's
treatment?
it's all about timing. Like, this could have happened now, it could have happened later in the future. It just depends on what kind of happened. But the Human Genetics Alert, which is an organization that talks about the implications of genetic research. They said that genetic research should be
Driven by
genuine need and
Yes.
not by commercial imperatives. Rather, instead of looking for ways to earn money by doing genetic research, we should be doing genetic research to see how we can improve our own lives and the people around us.
So are you saying people should do that for free? Like,
Maybe.
spend their lives not getting any money?
Will Smith and I Legend did it for free.
Well, he was in a.
Well,
He kind of
let's get back on
That-
topic.
that-
That
New
is
York.
a bit of a stretch there, but still.
Well, maybe if she didn't get money, she should get recognition.
And yes, maybe they could put her name into the treatment for it.
Exactly.
Maybe
Like
called the Eva treatment or something
in
like
this
that.
Ebola.
in this
treatment.
vignette, they're saying that they didn't give her any credit.
Eva long live, instead of long live. Okay,
Oh,
all
okay,
right, all right.
Okay, Michael.
So if so you're saying that researchers should get blood tests for free and not give any credit at all. Is that what
Well,
you're saying?
I think some credit should be
You
given.
could give her credit, just
You
no
could,
money.
you could give her credit. Since she did
Well,
sign
part of the
informed
problem
consent,
is that she didn't ask for these.
she never
asked for
requested
this money
for
prior.
anything.
Like, if she had gone into this treatment and this plan or whatever, and she had said, I want money if this turns into some kind of treatment, or if this is in any way successful, I want money out of this, But she obviously did not have knowledge, or just didn't care, or ignored the possible economic benefits that she could have gotten out of this, so that when she did sign the consent form, she didn't really have those things in mind, which is why, as a result, she doesn't deserve to receive the money.
Well, I think in the informed consent, it's the researchers that give it to her.
Yes.
And it's supposed to say the benefits of the study, risk of participating in the study, and explanation purpose of the research.
Mhm.
But if it wasn't in the informed consent, then she wouldn't have thought of it, right?
But she could have asked about that. Just because a clerk tells you it's this price doesn't mean you have to pay it at that price.
It's not bargain.
Well, I'm just okay.
We aren't in a supermarket. Like, you can't talk, you can't discuss, you can ask questions about what you're
It's
signing,
kind
what
of
you're
like
getting
how-
yourself into.
Let's compare this to real estate in a sense. Her signing this informed consent. Both sides have to come to common terms. Just because this side doesn't list all the terms doesn't mean this side can't request, additional terms or taking away some terms. So in terms of Eva and this informed consent, she could have asked for more, but she didn't.
Perhaps she
That's-
didn't know of any more.
Well, then, even in that case too, she still doesn't
Well, that
deserve
should
the
have been
money.
her fault because she signed the informed consent, meaning that she knew of all
She
the
read
risks.
all the risks.
If that means she has to know all of the risks. If it's not our fault if she signs it without knowing the risks. That's her fault.
So
That's
whether
not
it was because she didn't know or because she didn't want to ask, for more or for, monetary gains out of this treatment plan, either way, she doesn't deserve the money because she didn't.
So, well, in our perspective, we think that Eva should have, that if Eva hadn't shown up to the researcher's office, telling them about her unusual cells and giving them the blood sample, then the researchers wouldn't have gone anywhere in their study. So she should at least get a little credit, maybe not money, but maybe like the name of the treatment should be like Eva Norman,
Eva
because
Long
Norman
Live.
is awesome. So yeah, that's what we think.
Okay, so our closing statement. Eva voluntarily signed informed consent. saying that she knew all of the risks and costs involved in a study, treatment, or test. Now, by Eva signing the consent form, she voluntarily said that she knew all of the risks and costs involved in the study, treatment, or test. Now, if she had any questions or doubts, she should not have signed the consent form. It is her fault for not being fully aware of her rights. Basically, what you can sum this entire situation up to is just a lost business opportunity where she could have earned some money, but in fact did not because she didn't handle it properly. And I feel Amit wanted to say something about human genetics alert, or
I did.
you already did. All right, you don't want to elaborate now?
Okay, well, I can say it again, I guess. Well, the Human Genetics Alert says that, as Michael was just mentioning, that genetics should be driven by imperative genuine need, rather than commercial benefits. Right?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
So I guess that concludes the discussion.
All right.
Good job, everybody.
Time to go for lunch.
Lunchtime.